Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat for Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day today. We have Mid-Ohio in the Xfinity Series as well as Michigan in the Monster Energy Cup Series. Obviously we had the Xfinity race first where we had subscriber Carson in the car. I didn't provide a last name, so it was just Carson. I started actually towards the midfield as the usual for this team as he was making some three wide moves there up the inside of Michael Annett, the 0-8 of Greg Galding, all the way up to the inside of a rival of Elliott Sadler. They made some pretty severe contact there, but they would be able to keep the cars straight, thankfully, as Carson, though, couldn't quite find his way through the field. He did get up, though, running towards a top 10 position as he came through now into the penultimate corner. At this point, actually getting sideways, but he actually started to fall once again after getting into the top 10, going off track just about there. This is on the final lap now as he goes sideways and made some contact with Brandon Jones through the penultimate corner, down through the final corner now, down the straightaway, coming through to cross the line. He would come through to have at least a decent finish of P9 as he did climb himself back towards that top 10 with Austin Cindric there with the victory. So it comes straight through into Cup Series qualifying now down the front straightaway, this time in the Aris paint scheme as he would come through to cross the line, a 39.081, which puts us P17 here for the start of the Michigan race here for the Cup Series. Hopefully we can work our way forwards, and on the pole it is Eric Jones for the 20 car.
The Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series races back to Michigan International Speedway. Now, Michigan is the fastest track in NASCAR, making it a favorite of race fans. It's time to head down to the track and find out who's the fastest racer. NASCAR Racing is next.
Alright, we're ready to go green here at Michigan. Kyle Larson still remembers us, even though we still haven't even gotten near him since he's been a rival. Michael McDowell has been struggling all weekend. We'll see if they can turn it around as Paul Menard's car is really fast today, so look for them to be a strong contender. He's trying to win himself into the playoffs late here in the regular season. We're within the final handful of races of the regular season. Jimmy Johnson trying to fight his way into the playoffs, but he is well outside the cut line as the green flag is out. We are underway. Ryan Blaney, a notable, currently the last car in the playoffs right now on points, but if nothing crazy happens with the winner outside of the top 16, Blaney should be able to sit comfortably right now in P16 and not quite have to worry about making the playoffs. Here we go now through turns 1, though, on the inside of the 12 of Ryan Blaney is the 1 of Kurt Busch is going to get to my outside, and we're actually going to go 3 wide down the back straightaway. A little bit of contact there with Kurt Busch down this back straightaway. Thankfully, we kept it straight, got to the inside now, the 47 of Ryan Preece. We've had a few incidents with Ryan Preece this season, obviously. Now as we go through turn 3, we got Eric Jones leading, William Byron second. Byron has had a up and down season, and he's definitely another driver that's probably going to have to win at this point to get into the playoffs, and he runs P2 right now, so maybe today he has the speed to make that happen as we go down this front straightaway towards turns 1 and turns 2 here on the second lap, clearing the 12 of Blaney nearly, but he's going to fight back on the outside, so we're going to go 3 wide up the middle with Kurt Busch and Blaney. Kurt Busch slides through on the inside, no contest at all as we're sideways on the exit of turn 2. Now Stanos in the party, and we get cleared by both of them, and we would be able to, though, fight back and pass Stenhouse as we came through now on lap 3 of 14 in this opening stage. We had gotten to our rival of Kyle Larson as we came through turns 1 and turns 2, so going down the back straightaway, we got to the inside of him and into turn 3. He chose the high line, so we were able to easily get past Larson, so we came through now on lap 6. Still running right behind Ryan Blaney as we exit turn 2, but there's trouble behind. The 37 of Chris Buescher goes spinning into the outside wall, and he is going to be heavy contact from the 38 of David Reagan, but like I said, he's going to be in the outside wall, and that would obviously bring out the caution. We would not have to come to the pit lane, but unfortunate for Chris Buescher, a heavy crash early in this race here in Michigan as the green flag would come back out. Buescher on the pit lane out of this race here today at Michigan within the first 10 laps, obviously. Now as we start the 9th lap, with six laps to go here in this first and opening stage at Michigan on the inside lane as we go down towards turns 1 up the inside of our teammate of Eric Almirola and Tyler Reddick. Obviously, recently at Pocono, Almirola, he was in a bit of a duel with Tyler Reddick towards the final stages of the race, and he came out on top and punched his ticket into the playoffs. Now Tyler Reddick looks to do the same as he's had an up and down season as well. It seems that every time we go to a short track, Tyler Reddick really struggles, and that's really been his biggest setback in our career mode this season as we actually go go 4 wide with Reddick, Bowman, and Martin Truex Jr. for a moment as we exit turn 4, heading down this front straightaway. And now we're certainly gaining some positions on this restart as we come through to cross the line, now up into P11 behind Ryan Blaney, still 3 wide there with Bowman and his teammate of the 24 of William Byron as go down in through turns 1, having to be a little cautious there, but we would come through now into turns 3, passing the 12 of Ryan Blaney, still trying to get past Bowman, but he was able to get away, but we would be able to pass the 12 of Ryan Blaney and get the best of him as we came through now on the final lap of the stage. We had actually fought our way up into the 8th position, so we gained a couple more spots as we went down towards turns 1 on this final lap of the first stage. Kurt Busch at this point leading, looking for win number 1 on the season still, Kurt Busch, as he is definitely going to make it on points at this point though. Now as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway, Martin Truex Jr. looks to my inside now as we put the pressure on Harvick with the draft as we go down towards turn 3, clear of the 19 of Truex. We look to the inside of our teammate of Kevin Harvick and we clear the 4 with no problems at all as we pick up the draft from the 20 of Eric Jones as we exit turn 4, heading down this front straightaway for the final time. We have rallied our way into the top 10 here on this opening stage as we cross the line, coming through to get P7 here in stage 1. So certainly showing a lot of momentum recently here in our career mode. These summer months part of the schedule has really played into our favor as we would come to the pit lane though for 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires here in this pit stop before the stage break. So hopefully we can continue this climb up the ladder here in this second stage. I should mention Kyle Busch actually won the stage. He lost 8 positions though on the pit lane, so very unfortunate for the 18 of Kyle Busch. Is ready to go green here now as stage 2 is underway in Michigan. Eric Jones on the inside of us as we come through to start the second stage. 12 laps here in stage 2. Kurt Busch leads the race as we go down towards turns 1. Denny Hamlin on that second row in P3. We know Hamlin's always going to be a strong contender at this point in our career mode as we actually kind of get surprised there. Truex snuck up the inside as we went down through turns 1 and drifted up the track just a little bit more than I needed to, and that allows Truex to get to the inside as we're going 3 wide down this back straightaway. Truex clear now side by side with the 4 of Kevin Harvick as we get right to his back bumper as we go down towards turns 3 and turns 4. And we actually give him a little bit of a nudge through the center of the corner now as Tyler Reddick and Chase Elliott are up our inside 3 wide for a moment as now Elliott gets clear. Dylan looks to the inside as well with his RCR teammate of Tyler Reddick as we cross the line, completing the opening lap of the second stage. Not a good start here for myself. In stage 2 now as Joey Logano is going to get into the picture as well as Ryan Blaney's closing in from behind as we come through the center of turns 1 and turns 2. Our teammate Clint Boyer gets to the inside, so not a good restart at all. We're definitely losing some ground here on these opening few laps with these 4 fresh tires. So Boyer would get clear. Now we'd be running behind Joey Logano here with 9 to go on the stage on lap 4 as we give him a little bit of a shot to the bumper going down towards turns 1 and sideways at 22 of Logano goes and now Blaney makes contact with us and spinning Ryan Blaney goes as the caution is going to come out here in Michigan. Ryan Blaney, the last car in on points right now in the playoffs, has just taken himself out. Actually, I might have came down or he went up into me. I'm not sure what happened, but we gave Logano a shove, and it was a little bit past the finish line, so I was very surprised to see him go spinning in turns 1, but either way, Blaney got the worst part of that, which was very unfortunate, but thankfully, we got nothing, no damage to the car out of that, neither did Joey Logano, but unfortunate for Ryan Blaney. He's still in this race, at least now as we go through turns 1 and turns 2 on this quick little restart. Certainly felt bad what happened with the 12 and the 22, 2 Penske drivers that we're ganging up on, I guess, now as we go down this back straightaway trying to recover from what just happened there. So it was just a bit of a mistake on my part to actually give Joey Logano another shove down towards turns 3, but that time his car doesn't even get loose at all. So certainly some inconsistency there as Paul Menard actually leads the way right now as we exit turn 4 heading down this front straightaway. But we would continue running P13 as we came through now on lap 8. Logano on the outside as he has momentum to get clear though, and so does Tyler Reddick just about as we went down towards turns 1 and as we came through and now on lap 9 of 12 in the stage, still running right behind Clint Boyer. Logano had moved his way forward, still battling side by side with Tyler Reddick as we cross the line, but the caution comes out here with a few laps to go in the second stage, and that ends it a few laps early as we get P15 here in stage 2. Kyle Busch rallied his way back forwards to win the second stage, so he swept both stages. We would pit once again for 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires, gained 1 spot on the pit lane and come out P14 as we're ready to go green for the third and final stage. A rough second stage. It was a great stage 1, rough stage 2. Hopefully we can turn it around for this third and final stage that is now underway here at Michigan International Speedway. 21 laps remain as we're actually going to give just a little bit of a side draft to our teammate there of the 14 of Clint Boyer as we go down towards turns 1 behind the 3 car of Austin Dillon. He hasn't really been a factor this season. Obviously, he will definitely need to win if he wants to have a chance at a playoffs. Pretty much everyone that's outside of the top 16 right now is going to have to win to get into the playoffs now as we're going to go for a quick crank it up here at Michigan. So I'll see you guys in a few moments.
Still there. Careful, still there. Stay on the bottom. Alright, you're clear then.
There was your crank it up here at Michigan for today's episode as we go down through turns 1 here, right behind our teammate of Clint Boyer, now up into P12 as they were getting pretty racy for the lead. Up in front of us, Kyle Busch, though, he would take the lead. We would pass Clint Boyer and run P11 at this point as we came through now on lap 37, trying to at least stick within the draft as Kevin Harvick and Keselowski both running up at the top at this point as we were running the bottom, obviously, here as we came through turns 3 and turns 4, using that draft to really stick with these guys, but it turned into a bit of a single file race. And at this point, when it gets single file at Michigan, it is extremely hard to do anything as we go down towards turn 3, but there's trouble up ahead, and it's the 88 of Alex Bowman who's in the outside while blowing a tire. Now he goes down the track as we're going to have to come to the pit lane, and we make contact with the 88 of Alex Bowman, or AI makes contact with him, but we would take 2 right side tires, repair the car just because it's only visual damage that was done since the caution was out, but I cannot stand it to see any damage on the car, so we have to fix that obviously now as the green flag, though, once again is out, but this time the car doesn't launch at all here on the restart as I did nothing differently when it came into shifting up through the gears from second to third to fourth. Absolutely nothing was different, and the same thing happened a handful of races ago when Eric Almirola, I think it was, crashed and our AI under caution hit him. The next restart the car didn't go, so I think that might be a little bit of a glitch in the game, that if your car almost like hits a crashing car under caution when your AI is controlling you, the next restart the car just doesn't go for some reason. So unfortunately that was a big setback as we come through now on lap 42, getting sideways, getting passed by the 24 of William Byron, and we would fade in behind him as we came to just 5 laps to go. And at this point running P13 now as there's trouble up in front of us, so the 20 of Eric Jones goes spinning into the outside wall. Down the track he goes, William Byron hits him, and we barely sneak through that incident. The caution once again comes out here with 5 to go at Michigan. That was a heavy hit to the outside wall for Eric Jones, and now that puts him out of this race here at Michigan as the green flag is back out once again. This time there's only 2 laps to go here with a late race restart. Jones has had some speed lately in the career mode, but he's had some bad luck. Watkins Glen, he started on pole and he DNF'd, and then here today he had speed again and he just DNF'd as he had a pretty heavy crash to the outside wall. As now we go down into turns 1 and the car didn't even turn, and that pushes me at the tracks to make contact with the 3 of Austin Dillon sideways on the exit of turn 2. Now Blaney to the inside as this has just been a rough last 2 stages for us here at Michigan as we go down towards turns 3, approaching the final lap. Kyle Busch leads away as they're spreading out everywhere here in turns 3 and turns 4 just about now as they kind of fade back into the 2 lanes as Elliott and Boyer are on the top as we exit turn 4 heading down this front straightaway. Kyle Larson and Jimmy Johnson behind us, side by side, actually 3 wide with Landon Castle. They are as we cross the line. The white flag is in the air here at Michigan International Speedway, really to the inside of the 12 of Ryan Blaney as we go down through turns 1 and turns 2. Now at the the inside of the 3 of Austin Dillon, and I believe the 14 of Clint Boyer. Sure enough, we're 3 wide as we exit turn 2 sideways again on the exit of the corner as we go down this back straightaway for the final time here today, as we make a little bit of contact there with the 3 on the left rear as we go down towards turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time here in Michigan. It was a great first stage, but not a good last 2, as we're going to make it 4 wide as we exit turns 4. Austin Dillon, Clint Boyer, and Bubba Wallace all on our outside as we go down this front straightaway. Kyle Busch wins here in Michigan as we make contact with the 3 coming to the line, and we finish P15 here in Michigan. Not so great finish. I think we had top 10 speed in the car the whole day, and we just had some bad restarts that put us behind. Kyle Busch, like I said, with the victory. Paul Menard finished second. He was that close to winning himself into the playoffs. That would have been big, as Alex Bowman actually was one that DNF'd. Eric Jones didn't DNF, but he still finished mid-30s here in the races. You see my quote after the race. We had speed again, but awful restarts put us back. I'm excited for a chance at Bristol. Obviously, we definitely know we'll have speed at Bristol. As Kyle Busch says, nice to win again. Everything is great. You know, straight to the point from the number 18 driver of Kyle Busch for Joe Gibbs Racing. That was win number 3 on the season for Kyle Busch.
Don't let that last race get you down. Remember, people believe in you, and you're here for a reason.
Thank you, William Byron. That almost looks like it was taken in an elevator or something. But Kyle Busch says, ouch, that was a tough one.
Hey, man, great race. You're really doing a heck of a job. A few of us are going to go hang out later and shoot some pool, maybe go ride some go-karts. You want to come join us?
Thank you, Brad Kozlowski. He finishes the race, immediately puts on his business attire and goes to his truck team shop. So I guess that seems legit, but there's Joey Logano not the happiest with us after that race as expected. Some drivers not very happy with us today after Michigan. Obviously, we kind of ruined Ryan Blaney's race early on. He still rebounded to a finish that was similar to ours, but as always, if you guys did enjoy this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very appreciated. But here we see the playoff grid on the screen. Kyle Busch, 3 wins. We got 4 drivers now with 3 wins. Busch, Hamlin, Logano, Harvick, and there's the rest of the playoff grid. Kyle Larson, the first guy out, is 60 points out right now, so definitely gonna come down to drivers having to win at this point due to Ryan Preece really being the deciding factor right now in this playoff. So that will do it though for this episode. In the next one, it's Bristol. I really think we'll have a strong shot there. We had a great shot last time and we choked it away, so we'll see what we can do next time. Thank you for watching, everyone, and have yourselves a great day.